Hey everybody, it's Ame,
It's Carly.
and we're here with FLOSS Magazine, and we're so excited because we are getting to interview Huey V, who just had a new release.
Yeah. More money, more problems.
Yes. How you doing?
I'm excited. It's been a busy morning. It's been a busy week. I'll be honest with you. I probably gotten like 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep in this past week. Just ripping and running, going to the studio. Like it's been not good sleeping this week.
Oh my gosh! So what has been the most exciting thing that's like happened this week besides releasing the video?
Of course, the releasing, but we can't count that. So I'll say the billboard. It has to
Tell
be the
us more about
billboard.
the billboard.
My first billboard in Times Square, the actual digital motion picture one. So we kind of leveled it up a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm super happy about it. Super happy about it. Standing in the middle of the street. Y'all see the videos later on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look out for that.
Definitely see
So
those.
what did that feel like seeing that up there in New York City? Like
It's a huge accomplishment, especially coming from like a small town like Milwaukee and stuff like that. To be able to see your stuff front and center and see everybody else enjoying it the same way, like it's a blessing.
That's so cool. We're also from a small town as well. So we totally get like that sentiment of like being able to be like, hey, I did this.
I accomplished this in one of the biggest cities in the States.
So how has like growing up in Milwaukee influenced your music?
I definitely think it's what gave me like hustler's ambition inside of my music. Definitely being from there, it's like it's the spot where dreamers go to die unless you like actually take a hold on them, take a hold on your future really. So I guess you can hear that. You can kind of hear like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like a direness to live, a direness to like survive. You hear that from the music. You hear the cold in the music too. Like it's definitely been extremely like motivational and inspirational. And it honestly gives me like that. It puts that dog in me. Like when you walk into a room, you feel like you can stand up with anybody because like look how far I came from where I came from. Like,
No, that's like super important. I definitely can hear it in your sound and your music, like that need for like being heard too. I really love your new single, "More Money, More Problems." The music video is dope. Working with Memphis Bleak is amazing.
Different. It is. It's different. It's different.
How did that come about?
To be honest with you, it happened in a process. So like the song originally started as like it was supposed to be a prelude or the second piece. I'll say that it's supposed to be the second piece to another song that I had currently out before I dropped No Regrets, which is the song that kind of got me discovered.
I love No Regrets.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be like a testament to that, like, okay, here's where the journey has led me to. This is Huey 2.0. But when Bleak heard the first verse, he was like, no, I gotta get on this. I gotta get on this, which is cool because like it's the first time he's dropped something publicly, like, in almost 20 years or something like that. I guess, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. So it was super exciting. When he told me he was writing a verse, I finished my second verse that same night. Like I don't even need to hear your verse. I know what you're gonna do to it. Like
that lit the fire.
Yeah. Let me get busy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a great experience for sure.
Well, should mention that we're here in Rock Nation.
And in the headquarters right now.
Yeah. So from Milwaukee, signed to Rock Nation. Tell me a little bit about that process, getting signed. How do you feel about that?
You just gotta trust the process. I'll say that. Yeah, you definitely gotta trust the process. At the time, I first got signed at the beginning of the pandemic. So like, I think this may have been February. Yeah, February 7th to be exact. Like, it was my first flight out of the state. I ended up going to New York, my first time on the plane. Everything. Finally landed. I remember it was snowing that day. Bleak was sitting inside of a hotel window, like the little staircases that they have on the side. Yeah, I seen them from up there, of course, rolling up a blunt vibe and stuff like that. I finally go inside of the hotel and there was like 30 people in there lapped up, but everybody was family, so it was definitely an experience.
Is that how you met?
Yeah, that's how I met him. Eventually went over to my manager now. You'll eventually meet him. His name is Cheech. We went over to their, I think it was their auntie's crib in Dykeman or something like that. Yeah, so it was definitely an experience. It was completely different from where my hometown is. So yeah, it was definitely a vibe. Definitely a vibe.
That's awesome.
Speaking of Rock Nation, I was doing a little creeping on your Instagram. So you got to go to the brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that.
The brunch was super, super, super exciting. That was my first time out to LA too.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a lot of firsts. It's a lot of firsts.
That's a good first trip to LA.
My first time in LA, it was super, super beautiful. I seen Beyonce in person. She came over and took over the entire room. Jay-Z was there. Of course, he was the main attraction in the room until Beyonce walked in. Beyonce. Hard to get around that. But
man.
it was definitely super, super dope. Destiny's Child was there. I seen a couple people. Isn't it Anthony Hamilton? I think yeah. He's supposed to sing at my manager's wedding.
Oh my gosh.
We were all over the place. All over the place. So it was definitely an experience.
That's so cool. So I feel like we always hear about the fashion at the brunch, but what about the food?
Oh, no, the food is funny. They definitely got more drinks than they do have food at the brunch, but it's definitely a vibe. They had some pieces and stuff like that. Yeah.
That sounds like our kind of brunch.
Yeah, a couple pieces, more drinks.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. So you shot this music video in the DR. I watched it. It's really great. Yeah. Tell me more about that experience.
It was definitely eye-opening. Being in a third world country. Of course, like the whole, I don't even like calling it that because it makes it seem like it's under-resourced. Like, and for the places that it lacks resources, it has all the love, all the family, all the nourishment there. So I don't necessarily want to call it that, but it definitely was eye-opening because, like, we call my hometown the slums, the trenches, and everything. But then when you go and see people who really have to go without, it completely makes you appreciate the living that you have at the moment. Like, there was a moment where we were just sitting on the block enjoying a couple drinks, Presidentes to be exact, in case people know what that is, Presidentes. But it was like a group of kids who were sitting next to us, and it was like a basketball court in the middle of the street. And as they're playing basketball, they go to clean their hands off, but there's like no running water, so they're using the alley water, like from the side of the street, to clean their hands off. It's like, wow, that's crazy, because I remember being in that same position and I never would have even thought like that would have been something that we would have had to do just to make sure that we were okay. Like, so it was definitely like eye-opening.
Great. It's a good experience, and you also got to learn from it too.
Yeah, definitely. But it's also super beautiful over there. Of course, they got the resorts. We went to Sosua, a couple other places. The people in DR know what's going on in Sosua is lit. It's definitely it's a movie, so we definitely enjoyed ourselves.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What about your name, Huey V?
Huey
Where did that come
V.
from?
It originally actually came from Huey P. Newton. But it came from a nickname from Huey from the Boondocks. But I was just super, super, super pro. I can't say was. I still am. But I was super, super pro-black when I was younger. Like, when you start to learn knowledge of self and everything, you try to take it to the furthest that you possibly can, even the extremes. Yeah. But you would hear it throughout the music. It was super educational. It was super historic. Like, I would talk a lot about my ancestry and stuff like that through the music. So eventually they gave me the name Huey, and I changed it from P, of course, to V, because my first rap name used to be Vibe.
Vibe. That's a cool callback to your first and now the evolution of it. That's really cool.
What do you think about your music sets you apart from other artists, and especially other artists in Milwaukee? Because I feel like that is like a hot spot too. Like, people blow up.
No, it is. There's actually a lot of artists out there right now. There's a few that are kind of like bubbling up there. A couple of mainstream, like Lakea. I don't know if you guys have heard her before. It's like Lakea. There's another guy in LA named Party at 4. But to be honest with you, I think the thing that separates me the most is just the reality in the music. Like, I focus more so on poetry, than necessarily trying to convey like an emotion, I guess, in a sense. It's just, I want to put you in the steps of where I'm at the moment, or whoever I'm describing at the moment, as most realistic and as personal as I can make it. That way they actually, get you and understand you through the music.
Yeah. When did you start writing?
About 13. Yeah, about 13. 14 was like my first time stepping into the studio. I got my own mic, started hustling, made some money, bought a laptop, microphone, all type of stuff. So yeah, it's been about 12 years now. Now I think about it, 26. So yeah, like 12 years. Yeah.
definitely shows.
Yeah. How do you feel when you like listen back to the first song you ever recorded?
It's funny. It's always super embarrassing though. I got listen to the lowest volume possible. And it's super embarrassing, but it is like it's a push. It lets me know like, okay, cool. Even when things get a little rocky, like, nah, see it through. Definitely follow your dreams at all costs.
What do you see next?
Next, generational curses being broke. I need mansions. I need yachts. I need all of that. And I don't even know how to swim, but I just need good life, man. Good living. Yeah. I just need good living.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, it was so nice talking with you.
Appreciate
Congratulations again on all these firsts. You deserve it. The song is awesome. Please go stream No Money, No Problems. Watch the music video.
Out right now.
This is Huey V.